Hi there, I'm John from CNCROI.com, and today we're going to make an anodized aluminum coaster. Anodized aluminum makes for a wonderful coaster material. It's very durable because the anodization just doesn't come off unless you really scratch it up. It's very flat, as you can see, so there's no depth really to it. It's relatively easy to work with production-wise, and the shape and anything design-wise can be totally custom to your spec. So let's say you wanted this here to be in the shape of a triangle. If you wanted to mix and match different anodizations, which means that you do inlays with anodized aluminum, all of those options are literally just endless, and that's just for anodized aluminum. In this case here, now that I have a round logo, it kind of works perfectly because I have a round coaster. Now, if you want to have a lot of these things made here at CNCROI.com, you do have sort of minimum volumes required, but I do have a lot of different stock of different sizes and shapes because again, all of our stuff is custom, and generally what I do is, let's say the customer orders 500 of these things, I get like 600 done. For production wise, there's always things that happen, so it's nice to have a couple of rejects, you throw them out and you can still do the whole project in the volume that's required. But I also make a lot of custom samples for customers, and they want to sort of see what something looks like before we actually make it in a production run. So that's where those offsets and those extra little bits come in real handy. So let's say you only wanted like 10 of these things. If I happen to have them in stock close to your spec, I could actually do that here in the shop for you. So what we'll do now, we'll take a look at our industrial laser, the one that's behind me right here, and it's going to make this. With CNCROI.com, your design options are totally endless, as are the material selections. So I'm just going to go through a couple of samples here. So this is stuff I made earlier. So this is acrylic, and again, this one does have a little bit of depth to it. We could also make custom coasters, which I have yet to make a demo of, in solid stainless steel. So this is 1/4 inch 304 stainless steel. We can also make custom coasters out of paper. Although it's not very cost effective, it's just a sample to show you the flexibility that we offer you. They're just regular office paper. Again, acrylic, but you can have so many different levels of transparency. Probably had it upside down. So, the options are literally endless. You don't have to go with acrylic. We can also do them out of solid wood, any kind of wood that you want. So in this case here, it's a solid coaster out of 3/4 inch pine. That could have been maple, that could have been oak, that could have been mahogany. Literally just any material options that you want, we can do. Again, there are budgetary concerns as well. To add to the infinite options that we offer here in the shop, because we make everything on demand and based on your spec, we can also make coasters for your coasters. So I'll show you an example of this. So here's a 304 stainless steel coaster here. I've yet to anneal or etch it, but inside of this is maple. And you can see here, that alone could be a coaster. So that's why I say when I say coaster and a coaster, you know, any kind of material options are switch between them. We can also make coasters that are sealed up, like you see here. In this case here is for a customer. This is just a quick little prototype I made. The customer had a product that was very, very sharp, and it's not exactly something you think of as a coaster, but because it's enclosed inside of acrylic here, there's no access to the inside part of it that could really cut you up. And the anodized aluminum here that we had a coaster of, and this is Corian. So again, you could put one side of the other one, and now you have a Corian anodized aluminum coaster. And again, the options are just endless. Let's say you wanted Corian and stainless steel. You know, here's an ideal that, what it would look like. And again, you have a nice depth to it as well. So Corian alone has, you know, like 120 different color variations, and, you know, with speckles, without speckles, that kind of stuff. Wood, pretty much endless options there too. Acrylic, endless options. Metal. So whatever you want custom made coaster wise that stands out, we can make that here in the shop, and that includes glow in the dark materials, which I've yet to do a video of, but I will eventually. So let's take a look at how some of these coasters within the coasters are made. I hope you gained an understanding of what CNCROI.com can provide to you, just coaster wise. We do a lot of other custom stuff here in the shop all the time. But coasters are a nice little promotional item that you give to employees and that kind of stuff. We don't compete price-wise with the paper coasters. That's just a completely different process. That's volume mass production, and that's literally a dime a dozen. What we focus on are the high-end coasters, or the coasters that, you know, when you give it to somebody, it would be like, wow, I've never seen that before. Price points vary all across the map. So it's really nice when you contact us, you say, okay, here's how many coasters I need or I want. Here's roughly the price range I'm looking at. And that price range will tell me right away what material options are available. Maybe your price range is enough so that we can make something out of, you know, stainless steel, or, you know, something very heavy and strong and durable. Or maybe your budget is, you know, not very cost effective for us, so then we make something out of just acrylic like this. There's a lot of options when it comes to making coasters, and there's endless price ranges as well. So contact me at CNCROI.com and just let me know what you have an idea of having us make for you, and then we'll go back and forth until we have something that's perfect to your budget, your timeline, and your specs.